All right, Doc here from North America. What a busy morning. We're just getting going. Let's see what's going on here. Let's see. Let's light it up. All right. What do we have up there right now? We have the Nas dollar. Let's go to the euro. They're putting that down. There's pressure there. And at the same time, let's see. Just checking the Skype there. Just saw something kick out of it. And at the same time, we see that this U.S. stock market is moving south. We thought that we would see that it would start to bottom in here, but the math is telling us the opposite. I was just thinking personally, I just thought, oh, wow, the election situation could be very, very relaxed, because now that the Supreme Court doesn't have much of an influence on it. And thought, wow, traders will look at that as a positive of no change in a sense. In other words, a really solid opportunity for Mr. Trump, in general. But no, it seems like the markets are. I understand that there's a C-19 virus threat in Europe, and that's scaring things. That's what I've heard. That's what the CNBC and Bloomberg are saying at the moment. So we'll see. We'll go from there. But you can see there the euro, which was in a sell for the last couple days, is still in a sell. And did it make it? What did we do? Did we go into the weekly sell on the? Yeah. We went into the weekly sell. We didn't put it up on the screen. Let's put that on the screen there. So that went into the weekly sell on Friday, right there. So that's after 17 weeks in a buy, it found a way to close underneath. As you can see, I can show that to you there too at the same time. Right there. See that? Plot 1 is minus 0.0005, or actually 0.0005. And plot 4 is minus 0.00009. Remember, this was designed, I designed this to fight the Higgs boson, so it can go incredibly small. It can go way out in digits. So, when you're trying to measure atomic particles, things can get incredibly small. But anyway, that's where we're at. Let's see what else is cooking this morning. Let's take a quick look at the stock market because it's fascinating. You can see that. Oh, there's the euro. You can see I'm not the euro, the Swiss against the. We have Swiss and the dollar pairs trade up on the screen, and we were talking about that Friday. How that is a really good alternative when you see strength in the dollar. This is one of the better pairs I think is worth trading. It really is very sensitive and very consistent. They follow each other really, really well. Let's take a look at the stock market. You can see the stock market has that chill in it. It's falling down, and we'll look at the S&P 500, which is basically the global index. And where are you? Let's find you. There it is, right there. S&P 500. Almost 50% of the companies in this index are based outside the United States, so they're incorporated in Germany or Switzerland or Tokyo or Nova Scotia. I don't know, wherever you want to say, South Africa. I don't know, anything. And the other 50% of the stocks in this are incorporated in the United States, so that makes it a very global type of index. And you can see here that's line 27 right there. We are 2 weeks in a sell and 11 days in a sell. Okay, like that. 2 weeks in a sell, 11 days in a sell. So the the fact check Excel sheet is just confirming what you see on the screen of this selling down. It says, hey, guess what, guys? It's the math is saying it's going down, not up. Ferris, what's happening? Thank God it's Monday. I see this week starting with a strong impulse to the downside. Yes, indeed. I was able to catch the first wave looking for another wave this week from a short-term trader's perspective. It's a good trader's perspective, too. I think that's very good. Yeah, our math has been screaming it for 11 days, saying down, down, down. Down, down she goes. Where she stops, nobody knows. Spin the wheel. Niagara Falls. Let's take a look at it in our work, which is where it is, right there. And there's the S&P 500 right there. You can see we've had red dots after red dots after red dots. We went into the sell right here. Oh, you can't see that, can you? Let's do that. There we are. And let's move this up like that. There we are. Tried to move that up. Why won't you go up? There you are. Go up. So we get the best look like that, and I can see some of the J4X. That's what I want to do, is I want to see the most of the J4X, so I can go like that, and I can see the name on that at the same time. So you can see there, you know, it's matter of fact, if we could go like that, and then I wonder if I can move that up and get even more of the J4X. See, like that, that's what I want, like that. And so you can see the J4X has been down also right here, and I go like that. You can see, we've got some greens in there, but we never got green dots here. But like I said, this correlates about 70% of the time to our math, so this is not bad. If you don't have our math and you're not, you know, using our work, this is, you know, the J4X here works pretty well. Gives you a good idea what's going on. You know, I mean, you're going to get a little whipsawed here, but you know, in the end result, really, in truth, this was going up, you know, and the product was going up. You know, it may not have been a lot, but it was going up, and then you know, it throws in the red there, right here. Had you in a green on that one. Unfortunately, that gap down, it was still in a green, and now finally it's, you know, it's in the red for these. No, that's right. I'm wrong. That's right there. So, whereas you can see now the thing is heading down, which has been, like I said, it's been doing that. So yes, good perspective there. That is, that's following the trend. I like that. That's a good one, Ferris. For us, that's you're following the trend, and that's the trend is your friend. So that's very good. Then we can jump back to the currencies. And so you can see there with the euro on the wall. Where are you, euro? I'll find you in a second again. There it is. So the pressure is on in the euro, and it's not it doesn't seem like it's going to go away. I guess that's the best way of describing it. And they're claiming over here that that's what's got the chill in the market is the new breakout, I guess you could say, in Europe. So, you know, when you get that type of stuff, you know, there's not many places in the world that's growing besides the United States, and so that's the tough part, is you know, not enough places to invest, and that's you know, that's bad. You know, I mean, you get stuck just buying here, you know. And that's not, you know, diversity is obviously, you know, for fund managers, diversity is the answer to a lot of that, you know. And so when they don't have many places to go, what you get is you get these this movement, you know, on the stock market here, you know, and it just keeps on climbing beyond normal parameters, I guess you could say. And that's exactly what we're seeing here. All right, let's take a look at the cable. The cable is also doing a drift. Let's see, where is it at? Let's put it up here. Where are you, cable? I guess right there. There we go. And there's the cable. Cable is dancing its way through the sell side here this morning. You can see the line is broken down there. Well, no, you can't really see that, can you? See it like right there. So you got a red dot. It's breaking down. The weekly is still intact. It's, what, 3 weeks now? Or 2 weeks? That's line 13. We're 2 weeks now on a weekly sell, but we were 3 days in a daily buy, so it was stuck in that neutral zone where you can't be long and you can't be short. You kind of just got to smile and just sit to the side and wait until a signal comes out that says, hey, unless you're trading options. If you're trading options, then you can throw a very, you know, a simple option spread on and have a very limited risk and not, you know, be totally tortured by stop orders. Let's find you the cable here on J4X. There it is right there. So that is the action that we see here, is that the, you know, cable now is breaking down, and supposedly that's where the outbreak is going on, is England. So it's kind of curious that they're running so fast and so far away from that, and it's supposedly having an effect on the stock markets. And to me, I always look at it is if they're going to take a market up, they first got to start to take it down. You know, if investors really, I mean, you know, big funds want to if they really want to buy a market, what they try to do is they try to lighten up on their work right here, their inventory, and try to bring in sellers so that they can buy other products, hoping that other products go up for sale and starts to drive down prices. And so the old saying on the New York Stock Exchange was for like a century, or if not a century and a half, was if you want to take them up, you first got to take them down. And so here is the last, going into the last quarter, inventory is being liquidated, but not really bad percentage-wise, And so, because, I mean, look how big the Dow is and all these indexes. They're enormous in price, So they're not exactly crushing this stuff. And so it's just down. That's what it really is. But the media is not very educated in the markets, except for guys like Rick Santelli and Mike Santorum and Joe Kernan. They kind of, they speak real market advice, but they're very few out of all those talking heads on these financial channels. And so you don't really see intelligent conversation. They just get panicky. Oh my God, the market's down. It's like, yeah. And it goes up, it goes down every day. It's up, it's down, it's up and down, It's like a seesaw. So, Stefan, long time no see. Euro NZD going up a little. Well, let's take a look at it. Let's see what the Euro NZD looks like. Let's see. Is it in there still? Euro NZD. It's still in there from last time you asked about it. Cool. Let's do a recycle thing like that. And you're saying it's up a little, right? Right? Look at that. It's broken through. We got a green dot. And you can see we've been in a weekly sell since here, but it hasn't exactly, I guess it was like in here somewhere. Let's see. There's a third. There's a fourth. So it went into the sell here, went the wrong way, but we went into a daily buy, so you couldn't be long. And by the time it went into a sell, which is here, there's your first trade right here. Ever since it's been in the weekly, ever since it was in the weekly sell, really, that's your first. Is that the first real good trade? What's that? That's a fourth. And this is the fourth. Okay, so it closed in a sell, but it was in a red and green dot, so you couldn't get short. You had to wait to the next day. The next day it closed in a buy. So you weren't allowed to get short. So you've been waiting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days you had to wait before you could take a short in it following this. Unless you're trading options. If you're trading options, then you're allowed to buy a 3 or 4 week put spread or something like that, and you can try to wait it out and even average into it even. And then sure enough, if you have the hard delta, this is the first day you were allowed to be short right there on the 14th. And so, and then it's sold down and you make money. You can see here it's bouncing up a little bit. And that's how we follow our math here. And we have rules written if you need them and so forth, and that's how you follow them. Obviously, again, if you're trading options, I know options, 5 of those scariest words in the financial universe. Put, call, strike price, premium, and expiration. I know that terrifies everybody. So I shouldn't even be saying that. I'm surprised I'm not even being sued for talking hate crimes. Maybe if I say those words enough times, that's considered like a hate crime or something like that. He's trying to make me look at options. Oh my God, he keeps on saying put. Oh my God, he says strike price. It's a hate crime. It should be a hate crime, right? All right. Let's see. Where are we at now? Let's go to the next thing. So there he goes. I guess, does that give you a little... Oh, and let's look at it at J4X, too. Let's check it out on J4X. Euro NZD, right there. There we go. So, yeah, it could be like listed as a hate crime. Doc keeps on talking about options. He won't leave us alone. He just always says those horrible words. He keeps on saying call and put. He's just evil. He's evil. He just refuses to stop it. He's mean. Yep. anyway, that's where we are. You can see the NAS Euro, the Euro NAS, is doing its thing, and we will just watch. We can take a look at it at the end of the video, right? End of the webinar today. We'll take a look at it again for you, see how it's doing. But I'd imagine it's going to have that impulse up move at the moment. It wouldn't surprise me anything there. And the reason why is, as you can see, no, you can't see. Well, first of all, you can see it on J4X. It's trying to turn up here. There's a good example right there. And right here, we're getting the same thing. We're through the weekly. I'm not sorry, weekly, daily. Now, look how low the time manifold is. I mean, the white line is relative to the time manifold. So the question really is, this is just a dead cat bounce? You know what they always say. People don't understand what a dead cat bounce is. That's an old trading floor description. Eurogroth 47. Hey 47, how you doing? You are the best. I'm the best? Cool. I'm just a frustrated floor trader that doesn't have a floor to make crazy noises on. You know, where else in the world could you walk around with, you know, a bunch of adults, serious adults who are hungry to make money every day and make strange noises and say wild things? It was trading floors. The trading floors were like the adult playground, you know, for business and commerce. Deals were wielded and wielding deals, or you know, creating ideas and concepts. The trading floors were it, and there were a lot of us exotic individuals that used to walk around on those trading floors, and we used to say some wild and crazy things, and they were just, I mean, you know, it was just fun. I don't even know how to describe how much fun it was. It was so much fun that you just, you know, I started to go cyber decades ago, and I wanted to create a cyber pit. You know, I tried to bring in partners to help me. They didn't do too good at helping me any, but and the end result is that it wasn't until Robin's the only one that's been conducive of accentuating my crazy, and that's probably because he's a floor guy too, and he's used to that same stuff. You know, he's used to the crazy, and so that's so, you know, you know, don't be surprised if anything that comes out of our, you know, my mouth or Robin's mouth, you know, because you know, we're old floor guys, and you know, to us, we've seen it all. That was the junction center of commerce and capitalism. You know, that was where it's at, and you know, so it never leaves me. You know, I was a member of, I don't know, 5 or 6 different exchanges throughout the years, and even exchanges I didn't even know I was a member of. Friends had left my name on brokerage seats. So, you know, it was like, I'm a member there? Why am I a member there? I haven't paid dues there in a long time. No, he's paying the dues. Oh, really? Oh, far out. You know, so, you know, when you own seats and you had to have them in somebody's name, some people just stuck them on my name because they trusted me that much. But anyway, yes, thank you for the compliment there, 47. I appreciate that. All right, what other product do we, I guess we can go take a look at Turkish lira today. Let's see what Turkish lira is doing. And we will come back to the Euro NZD before the end of the webinar, just to double check it for you. Let's see, let's look at dollar euro. Not dollar euro, dollar lira. You know, I'm getting the feeling that they're going to get oil money. Don't ask me why, but I don't know. I mean, I see the currency going the other way, but it's just not getting too nuts. It's not another all-time high, of course, but it's a slow grind, really, when you really look at the action in Turkish lira right now. And let's see, now let's find it on here, right there. There we are. So the Turkish lira, you know, finds a way to inch its way up. You know, unfortunately, I'm afraid that it's going to go the way of the ruble and the South African rand, and you know, so forth. It has that look like it wants to go much higher, which I feel sorry for the indigenous people who live in Turkey, you know, because making their currency go from 1.5 to the dollar to, like, you know, 7.5 or 8 to the dollar really is painful, inflationarily. But that seems to be their policy at the moment, or that has been the policy of the Prime Minister and now the President of the country, is to drive that currency higher and higher and higher. So, just grin and bear it, there, residents. I'm sure there's a logic behind the whole thing. And so here you can see the same thing. You know, it's been climbing up for a bunch of days there, and we've been in a weekly buy. This thing has been in a weekly buy since the cows came home. I mean, it's been a long while. And that is line 17. You're looking at 42 weeks now. 42 weeks in a weekly buy. And so, you know, they got some issues there. There's no doubt about that. They got some issues. And they're just going to keep on pushing on those things and seeing if they can straighten them out, I guess. Somewhere along the line, something's going to, I guess, clean that mess up over time, I guess. I don't know. I try not to guess it. I just know that, you know, all I do is follow numbers and facts. And the facts is, since the Prime Minister, Aragon, and now he is President Aragon, the currency has gone from 1.5 to 7 and 7.6. So whatever strategy he has and whatever he's getting elected on, the people like that idea. I mean, that's obviously where their heads are at. Or they wouldn't vote him in. It's, you know, it's one or the other. Maybe they don't know. I don't know. I don't really, to be honest, I don't really look at it that way. You know, I'm just looking at the facts, and the facts is that's where it's going. So we'll just keep on watching it climb and try to figure out what the strategy is from President Aragon. All right, let's jump over to Canadian. Right there. And you can see the Canadian is trying to lift up. And what do we got there? That's line 20. So we're 10 full weeks in the sell, but we are 1 day in a buy. Friday they closed in a buy. And you can see it's lifting up there. And let's throw it up on our Chicago quant chart. Right there. You can see the same thing. Actually, look at that. Wow. Look at the weekly. The weekly is zipped up. Now, there's no doubt the white line had jumped through the time manifold, but it wasn't plus on Friday. But look at it today on a Monday. It's saying we want to go up. We don't want to go down. So I guess that is the recipe to it all now. That thing wants to go up, not down. So I guess that's what we'll do is we'll watch this thing, see what's going on there. As winter comes on to Canada, it's starting to get some legs on the upside. So that will be the next adventure, I guess. That's you know, buying somewhere along the line. You know, we usually take a look at oil too, and we drift over to the NAS-CAD pairs trade to try to understand if it's an oil inflection that's having an effect, or something of that nature. You know, we try to put a story to it on some level, just for the fun of it, if nothing else. Try to see if we can, but we don't really trade by stories. We trade by math. So you know, we're just kind of having fun when we try to figure out what the story could be. You know, and I just that's the only way I can really describe that there. So Daniel, what's up with that currency? What's the hot stuff? What is Trudeau? You know, we're not seeing anything on Trudeau lately. I mean, you know, we usually see stories about Trudeau, you know, doing blackface or doing weird stuff, you know. But I haven't seen much on Trudeau lately. It's been kind of quiet. Is he doing anything funny up there we haven't seen down here? Our media loves him. So, I mean, if he steps in a puddle of water, we're not going to see that. But if he does something that the media loves down here, then they, oh my God, you know, because they're a big supporter of the guy. They love him. Love him. Is the S&P down 1.8%? Yeah, they're giving a little push there. The cryptos. Let's take a look at the cryptos first, and then we'll go back to the S&P for you. Yeah, they're putting a charge into the stock market. The story is in the financial markets this morning. They claim is the not that Doc is in a cell, but more coronavirus in Europe and England. And so supposedly they're banging the daylights out of the European stocks even harder. All right, let's take a look at that. We can do it. We'll go here. I guess we'll do it here first. Let's take a look at Bitcoin for you. Right there, there it is. Is that it right there? No, we went Seppi? What do we want? Or is it October? I guess we were looking at, we must be following October at the moment. So there it is right there. Huh, where's our weekly on that? Where did our weekly go? Where is Sep? There's that. There's December. Where is Sep? I thought we had Sep up there. So anyway, you can see here, and you know, we can't even see if it's in a buy or not. And this is all screwed up. Let's see what we can do here. Let's make a copy of this and go back to the September one. Paste. And then put the September one in there and see if it'll straighten this out. Okay, and then this one. Right there, okay. Still nothing. I don't see the weekly. Wait a minute, where's the weekly indicator? Oh, there it is. No. Where the hell did the weekly indicator go? Indicator. Format. Properties. Huh. Let's just throw it in the bottom and see what happens. Nothing. And nada. It's not there. I don't know what the problem is, but we'll have to try to figure it out. But we can see this. We can, let's do this. Just move that in there like that. And so, let's see. You can see the daily. Let's widen this out since our weekly is not working at the moment. I'll have to go and look at the calculation itself and tell you if it's in a week. I think it's, where is it on the spreadsheet? I think it came in a weekly buy still, right? Yeah, right there. So it's 1 week in a buy and 6 days in a buy. And today it's flirting with the daily sell. So one thing is for sure, you don't want to be long it at the moment. But it, you know, what was interesting is how well it held up here. Matter of fact, I have another chart. Let's take a look at that. I think it's right here. And it shows you the relationship. We've looked at this before. There it is right there. So that's Bitcoin up top. That's September. And you can see last time, this is the, what is this one? This is, that's the NQs right here. And we can fill those in. Let's do this. So there's the NASDAQ 100, or Dukascopy calls it the Tech 100, which is a much better name as far as I'm concerned. I like that better because it is the Tech 100. This one here is, what is this? This is gold. So we'll go with gold there. And you see the relationship of the cryptocurrency between the other products like that. And this is, let me put that in there too. Let's put Bitcoin here. There's Bitcoin. And then the bottom one is, what is the bottom one? Bottom one is that crude oil? I think that's crude oil. Yeah, that's crude oil. Which we were seeing some really good signs. It went into a weekly buy on Friday. It's inching its way back up again. But you can see there. You can see Bitcoin, as this was rising, NASDAQ was trying to rise, and gold was trying to rise, and you know it's breaking down now. But you know, this is, you can see Bitcoin came down from, let's move this over so you can see it. Came down from the 1300 there. It was at 1277 or 12,770 was the high there, and you can see that the stock market didn't top out until like 2 weeks later there. And then you can see, you know, oil kind of topped out with it. Is that oil? No, that's gold. So oil, oh yeah, oil. Gold topped out in a sense like it, but no. See, Bitcoin made another high, and gold did not. And then you know, now it's, you know, it's been this one big long plateau, and then you can see oil here kept on rising with it, And then oil rolled over with that move here. They all rolled over right here, which is really interesting. Dow down 2.1. Let's take a look at the Dow. Do I have it there? Let's see. I'm going to close that thing there. Close. And this open that. Right. Where is it at? It's my option. Ooh! Am I allowed to say options, or does that scare people too? That might be another hate crime. Yeah, there's the Dow future today, doing the Smackadoodle City. The Smackadoodle City walk. Yep, right there. You see that? And so, and then let's see the September contract, which was right there. And now that's done. So I guess we can minimize that. But that's the deck contract that's live now. And you can see it broke that support line. This is my green dot system from, I invented that back in 1982. I think it was 81 or 82, something like that. And that's the green dot system. That's when I started to incorporate my physics with the markets. I started seeing more than just the zero-sum factors with the options. I know I shouldn't say that dirty word, but I have a bad habit of doing it, so I'm sorry. And so you can see here we're in a sell there on Friday on this. Now this held up. This is like the NASDAQ, you know. We can go back over to that real quick. You can see here NASDAQ didn't go into a weekly sell until last week. It was close, but the white line didn't break down. But we've been in a sell in a while now, right there, like that. Whereas the S&P 500, the global index, went into a weekly sell 2 weeks ago. And it's been also in a weekly sell for a while, like that. So I guess that's answering both your questions, isn't it? That's pretty cool. We're doing pretty good here, aren't we? Yes, indeed. And so now, now, brown cow. All right, let's. That's pretty much. Oh, let's go back to that page right there. So it shows you how the 4 different products are commingling with the whole system. Really, they really are. They really, really are. And so that's the magic of it all in the end. Now. Let's take a look at, let's see, what's the next beastie? What else should we look at? Let's see, Daniel says stocks, oil, cryptos down, dollar up. Yeah, we were looking, you know what we were looking at the Swiss, because I really think the Swiss is, you know, one of the better products to really try to play the other side of the dollar, you know? Let's show you what I was thinking about. Let's see. Let me just put it in there. There we go. And let's go back to, where is it at? Right there. And you can see the Swiss here. Look at that. You know, it's moving up too nicely. You know, the Swiss, we started, matter of fact, I think we started the webinar off with the Swiss. You know, the Swiss is really a really good pairs trade. To trade, if you get bearish on the dollar, you know, you want to be short the Swiss, and if you're bullish on the dollar, you want to be long the Swiss spot, you know, the spot contract, because you know it going up, it finds a way to go up, you know, it really does. And as you can see right there on J4X, it's firm, it's solid, you know, it's marching in that direction. I mean, I can say other things, I guess, you know, but that is a fact, you know, it really is a fact. So, you know, for traders that are, you know, trying to find the alternative to the dollar, you know, how to play it, that's probably like the best pairs trade to be involved in. Right there, the Swiss. Japanese yen very strong. Let's check that out. Let's see, falling like a cliff. And then normally they seem to march together, don't they? Maybe that's, you know, the new thing with the new prime minister or something like that. I don't know. I mean, that could be the way to try to interpret that one, you know. And so, I mean, I just don't know how else to dissect it. You know, I guess that's about the best way to try to describe it. Let's see, what do I have here? There is the yen. You can see, you're right. It's a waterfall. It's down here at the bottom with the J4X. And then let's put it in over here. Right there. Yeah. Now where are we on that? Let's go to the fact check spreadsheet. That's line what, 19 right there. So we're 1 week in a sell, 9 days in a sell. So we're not that surprised. Matter of fact, what's up with that? We got to put the sell in there. Let's see. Let's put the sell in there. Where's the line? There it is. So it closed on Friday in a sell, and it's been in a sell. So you could be short from Friday. So that's kind of cool. There it is, right there. And that's what's going on with the Yansky. It's yeah, we looked at that. It's all-time highs again. Isn't that something? Let me just save this. Where do I go here? Let me just do a quick save on this, and we'll go back over to the Turkish lira. I was saying that earlier. You know, the stuff I'm reading, I'm starting to think like they're going to, you know, get. I don't know. The fight is over the oil, basically. I guess that's what it comes down to. Is some type of problem with the, you know, the they're trying to farm the, or work the oil underneath what is it, the Greek islands and Cyprus, right? And that's what I guess at one point, you know, when it was kind of flatlined. That was possibly the hope, you know, out of it all. That's exactly what was like the hope, that something like that was going to happen, you know, and in the end it obviously did not happen, and you know, and that's why the currency is moving the way it's moving. Oh yeah, let's jump over to it, right there. There it is right there. And they're just pushing along again, you know, at all-time highs. And it's doing it in a real creepy, slow action. It's, you know, not creepy like in creepy weird, but it's doing it in a really slow action. And it doesn't seem to be, you know, stopping in any particular way. So, all right. Do we have it up on? Oh, here. Let's just show it to you again up on this too, and then you can find another product for us to stare at, which is cool. I like it when you suggest things, you know. Suggest all you want. There's something I haven't seen. The yen and the Swiss started crashing. That's the market crash pair. Hey, let's take a look at that. That sounds kind of interesting. Swiss. Let's see if we have it even loaded. Let me just check over here real quick, and you know, we'll go from there. But yeah, that's an interesting combo. You know, Swiss and the, let's put it on J4X to start off with. So what's that? Swiss yen. Swiss yen. So it'll be up here. There it is right there. Swissy yen. That's neat. And so, yeah, you can see that there. That's rolling over. Now let me see if I have that in my my system there. Let's take a look and see. I don't think we've ever looked at that. That's a whole unique one, right? I don't see that. That was stuck out in my brain. Do we have any that has Swiss leading off first? Let's take a look at it. What can we? Let's make a copy of that, I guess. Let's do that. Make a copy of that. Activate that. There's like that other side that I keep on talking about, you know, and then so let's activate that. Let's see. Where is it at? Right there. So let's make a copy of this. There we are. Does that make any sense to you there? Let's see. Now we got, oh, I know what it is. Now I got to change it. Let's go change it. I'm hearing the Oracle decision stuff going on right now on the television, so that's kind of interesting. All right, let's format instrument. This is always fun. Add cache. Let's see, CHF. Look up. There it is. Cool. There we go. And then say close. And then did I add it? So I go CH. There it is. We'll see it come out on the top here, which will be really neat. That's neat. It does that fast. Spot really does that well. You know, also it's a daily, and dailies, you know, calculate very well. There we go. And then let's hit the recycle. And so let's see. So the buy is the sell, and the sell is the buy. That's neat. Was it there first? Let's see. So we have minus, no. So it was doing everything it could. And let's see, where's the plot 4? Plot 4 was a minus also. Okay. So it wasn't until there. It went into the buy right there. And last week it went into the, did it go into the sell last week? I guess it did. Yeah, right there. Win-win chicken dinner. There we are. This is kind of smooth, you know. That's kind of smooth. Looks pretty smooth. Now, let's do this. Let's go back one. Let me read your tape too. Start crashing. We've talked about yen once. Did we talk about it before? Wow. Okay. We did look at it before. That's kind of neat. Let's see. Let's check that out and see if everything is taken care of. And let's see, like that. Okay. Seems like, let me just check this out. I'm just checking something on another computer. There we go. All sent there, Robin. All right, now let's take a look at this again and then see. So there's the sell there. And then there is the buy right there. Didn't do too much work there, did it? And then there's the buy there. And there's the sell there. And then it went into a buy again and then a sell. One of those whipsaws. There you go. And then there's a sell there, so we can grab that, move that over like so. There's the buy right there. Oh, wait a minute. It did a whipsaw. That's what it was. So it went into the buy here. And then it went into a sell there for a day. And then it jumped back into the buy again. And then let's see what we got. We got it right here. See how I'm filling it in, moving it over, putting these lines in for you. So, I mean, I don't need the lines. I can see it myself. I know that it's in a buy. But a lot of people go, oh, I don't understand. It's like, okay, I can fix that. Let's just double check that. Minus, no, that's not it. It's the next day. Right there. And then it did a whipsaw again. It does those whipsaws a lot in this product, doesn't it? That's weird, huh? And then let's put one of these in here. Is that a sell? Nope, that's a buy, so it's right there. That's the sell. And I guess we're in a buy. If we shrink that up just a little bit, you can see we're in a buy, so you can only take the long trades overnight, unless you're trading options. So that's where we are with that. That's not too bad, eh? So it follows. I don't need to go back any further. I mean, obviously, you know, you could have been long for most of this move, and then, you know, would have told you to take a profit somewhere around up in here, but I mean, you don't let it take. You don't need it to tell you to take a profit. You know it. Your P&L is going up in value, right? Good money management says take a profit or at least raise your stops. Do one or the other. So you can take a profit no matter what. And then you can see, it goes sliding down, but then there's the next buy. Let's put that buy in. We'll put this buy in too. So, and then it gives you that rally there all the way up to, is that a minus and a minus? That's a minus and a minus. And then it jumps back into the buy the next day. Matter of fact, is that a minus and minus? It's a red and dot, isn't it? Yeah, it's a red dot and green dot, so it's not. So that puts you into the buy, remove that. So that puts you in the buy here, and it doesn't put you in the sell until there. So it gives you all that trade up to there again. That's why we suggest if you're trading hard deltas, you do not want to fight. If these two are not in sync together, you want to stay away from it, or you'll just get whipsawed. All right. Well, see that? That's good stuff, right? That's good stuff. Let's see. So, what do we got there? We got Sebastian. Hey, Sebastian, how you doing? With what broker do you trade? Many of them. But what's that got to do with anything? I would think you would care more about the charting program. That's the bigger question. All the brokers are, let me say this about all the brokers, they're all the same to a great extent. I use Dukascopy because Dukascopy is, their support of the webinar is extremely great compared to everybody else. So I use Dukascopy's webinar system. It's a wonderful thing. So I use webinar work with Dukascopy. And when it comes to, like trading live and so forth, there's a few through outlets I use. But that doesn't have much relevancy to me because I think that pretty much all these brokers to a great extent are equal. I guess you could say is what's the best? Yeah, I guess the better question would be is whose trading platform is the best? I guess maybe Sebastian, that would be the better question I guess you're asking? Is that what you're really looking for, is the trading platforms? Not all have options. Right. That's another thing, too, is that anybody I trade live with has to have options. You're correct. Pretty much all the U.S. brokers they're all option-based. And outside the United States, it's not necessarily true. And it's really confusing because, Amsterdam had a wonderful, and London had a wonderful options exchanges for a long time. So I'm really surprised that the options market didn't grow, more in Europe. That has been, I was really surprised about that, But pretty much all the brokerage houses have good option trading platforms. You know why? They're all electronic and nobody interferes. That's pretty much why I think. The Europeans? Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, but most of the trading platforms have a good option component, and it because of the fear of options, most brokerage houses, first of all, like 9.9 out of 10 brokerage houses don't really have any professionals that will give you guidance in options. So, that's the problem is that options scare the daylights out of like almost like 9.9% of out of 9 point something out of 10 brokerage houses. If you get on the phone and you say I want to trade options, they're just the eyes glaze over. They probably start to shake. They get nervous, and they go, yeah, go up on our website. Yeah, they're not really user friendly. So most of the option trading in the world is I would imagine is just professional. Old pros that are not pros anymore. They're in their basements or their attics or their own private offices, just trading as retail. Because the options market to a great extent is very homogenized. It's allowed to all the tools that are out there are the same tools that the most sophisticated options trader would want. They're all offered by all the brokerage houses here in the States. So, uh, and binary options, which has become popular to try to make it more simplistic for people to try to trade options. It makes it less scary if you just say, "Oh, you can buy this binary option." You don't know when it's going. You don't have to worry about one of the scary words, expiration. You just know it's going to die in 2 hours or 2 minutes or 3 minutes or 23 hours. That's it. You don't have to think too hard. And you're buying a call binary. You don't have to think about strike prices in a sense. You're just kind of buying their two. It's a call spread. With two different strikes. But when you categorize it as a binary, it makes it a lot easier. They become less terrified. And then if it's a put, it's the same thing. So using binary options to a great extent kind of eradicate the 5 scary words. It's all homogenized into a very simplistic concept. So that Sebastian is probably the answer to it all in the end result. But yeah, so we use Dukascopy because they have J4X, which is really good. I did the contest there for a long while, and I use the webinar system. They're really just very convenient, very accommodative, and very interested in technical analysis, and it makes it fun for me to do. Works out really well. And so that's where we are with that. I hope that answered your question. Let's see. Let me look on the tape there. What else you wrote? Maybe we can answer some more questions for you. Right there. Let's see. So you said what broker? So Daniel says, "Me, I trade with Dukascopy." Yeah, Dukascopy has good forex. If you're a forex trader, you definitely want to stay with Dukascopy. Matter of fact, I think they have a good spot market too in gold and silver. We've watched their bids and offers, and they're fine with that also. If you want to go old school, just trading the classics, spot currencies, and gold and silver and binaries, Dukascopy's good for that. Let's see, and I think I saw a new advertisement. Dukascopy is now trading cryptos over the weekends too, and that's pretty impressive. Yeah, they're doing cryptocurrencies over the weekend. I like to call them cryptocurrencies. Let's see. Daniel says the Swiss yen is kind of correlated with the stock market. If it goes down, it indicates a crash. Really? Let's take a look at that. Let's see. Not all have options. Yeah. Again, options make it. It's the platform and the support, and there's a lot to it. Options can be a challenge. When it comes to the putting the platform up. Here in the States, everybody has them. They don't really want you, but don't want you to go away either. So what they do is they don't turn them down. Let's put it that way. Yeah. So let's take a look at what Daniel said real quick there, and let's see the correlation to the S&P. Let's see if we can put that on something there. Matter of fact, why don't we do this? Why don't we go to this chart here, and instead of oil, let's stick that in there and see how it does look to the stock market. Matter of fact, I don't want to take oil out actually. Why don't we do this? We just add another one. Insert, instrument, and that. Okay. I guess it's going in as a weekly. So what's the setting there? We want it to be a daily. There we go. And so there it is there. Let's move the crypto up and give it some space there. Move the NASDAQ up like that. Move the gold up. And then move the oil up. And there is this. Let's put the symbol in there too, so you know what we're looking at here. Let's try that again. Like that. And then it is CHF JPY. There we are. and you can see, we can all see that together, you know, how it correlates. And so I'm looking at it now, just eyeballing it. Let's see. Yeah. Okay, let's see what we can do here. All right, now, okay, let's tighten this up. So it was rising, and the stock market was rising. It broke down the stock market, and this broke down. And let me see what Sebastian. No, it was Daniel said that. So Daniel said, where is it at? Oh yeah, Daniel said the Swiss yen is kind of correlated with the stock market. If it goes down, it indicates a crash. I see. Yeah, well, it moves in sync with it, right? Yeah, and if it's going up, you see here it was going up, and then like when it topped out here, well, in this case here, the Swiss went, it went down, and the stock market went up. So it doesn't correlate that much with it. This one here, it was going up, and you can see here, they did both break down together. Let's see. Here it was rising. This was rising. This broke down early, and then it followed it. And then this rallied up with it, and it did rally. Let's see. It did it right here. Let's put one of those big long lines in it. So there it is there. You can see it starts the bottom, and so does the NASDAQ here. For a couple of days, they both bottomed together. But at the end of that day, it's sold off, and this is still rising, and it's down, as you can see there. And then the market is going up for a couple more days there, and this is breaking down. So I guess it kind of, it may be that settlement thing, you know, where, and lag, you know, remember in some ways the Swiss yen is kind of like ahead of the US market in a sense. So, you know, because they trade, you know, time zone wise and so forth. So it could be a combination of all that. But it's well worth watching. I think we'll leave it up on that multi-chart thing there and save that. Let's do that. Like that. Now, let's see. We answer that. So, oh yeah. So Sebastian says not all have options, right? And smiles and says yes. Yeah, I guess what I was saying. I think to us, yeah. I started with binary options, but now they are forbidden. Really? Binaries are forbidden. Ouch. I know Dukascopy went from 1 minute to 3 minute, but they didn't forbid them. Maybe J4X, not MT4. I think I've seen MT4, but I haven't paid attention to it. I think I paid attention to it decades ago, you know? I think that's what it was. But I really haven't paid attention to it since. Oh, we got to come up with a label. The markets are opening. All right, so what are we going to call this today? We were looking at everything, right? I mean, we looked at it all. So what title should we go with today? Anybody have an opinion on titles? I'll come up with something if nobody has an opinion on a title. Wow, that's a bummer for retail. Happy Trail. I'm going to sing it. I just got. All right, I'll do the singing, and then I'll come up with a title then. All right, traders. We will catch you tomorrow on Tuesday. So this is Doc from North America saying arrivederci and happy trails to you until we meet again. Happy trails to you, to all my trading friends.